warm up. So let's start today. This is going back to reformer on the mat when we started 2 years ago. I'm going to start with it on the side and heels together and toes apart. Try to keep this sort of parallel to the ground, so find a place where it feels challenging, but the work can come from the back and not the hand. So inhale, grow taller, and exhale, press that ring in. Here we go. I just realized I put my clocks like way over here. I'll fix that in a minute. Oh wait, I can see my other one. No, that one's wrong. All right. We're going for higher reps today. Let's see what happens when we add more. Of course, that assumes I am counting correctly. 3 more. 3, 2, 1. Now we're going to press that ring overhead. So you can keep the feet the same. But as we go taller, press it overhead and taller and overhead. Let this come from the back. So engage the shoulder blades coming together. And then the hands squeeze on the ring. Grow taller as those arms go overhead. Think about length in the back of the neck. Just moving our hands overhead starts to get heart rate up 2 in the morning. About 6 more. 6 and 5 and 4 and 3 and 2. Last 1. And pass it around to the other side and flip it to the hip. Still in the same first position, heels together, toes apart, and press that ring to the body. Coming from the back side, think about the pinky finger. Think about the shoulder blades coming together, and then the arm moves. Grow taller as the legs bend. About 8 more like this. I like to imagine balloons under my armpits. Nice and full and held. Two more. Last one. We're going to pass it to the middle here, so we're working our way down. Squeeze and open, and squeeze and open. We'll roll it forward next. Switch our feet up. Switch our feet. All I hear is this little creak of the ring as I press on it. 4. Got 3 more. 3 and 2 and 1. All right, hold that ring right in front of you, parallel right here. Go up on those toes and down on one heel for our running. We're going to pulse on that ring. Up and down. Pulse, pulse, heel down. Pulse, pulse, heel down. Heel down. Here we go. 8 and 7 and 6 and 5, 4 and 3 and 2 and 1, and everything gets a little wider. Second position. So we're going to pass that ring, open up the chest here, and just beware of like hyperextending this position. Try and keep the ribs flat over the hips. And start out, and we're going to pass the back first. So we're gonna just kind of sit on that ring. And it's a very small little pulse on it, and then forward. And then we're gonna bend the arms in the front. So when you come to the front, they'll be bent here. Open and sit, and open and bend. So you're really hugging to the middle of the body. And open and bend and stretch and sit and open and bend. And 3, open, bend. Feel those elbows hugging to the middle. 2, last 1. We're going to switch directions. And bend. Reverse it. Open and sit and open and bend and stretch and bend and open and bend. 3 more. 3, and 2, last 1, and open and bend. Oof. All right, coming into a 4th position where we will present the ring, bend it, straighten the arms, row it back. So hugging to the sides, hugging elbows to the sides. So present the ring, bend it, straighten, bend, and come back. So we're presenting, we're bending, we're straightening, we're bending, we're returning. I'm staying on the same leg. And straighten and bend. My vocabulary is a little off today. Head and back. So present and bend and straighten and bend and push back. 2 more. Present. I want to lunge into that. That's not what I meant to do though. And back and straighten and bend and straighten and bend and back. Other side. Switch legs. And straighten and bend and straighten and bend and back and straight and bend and straight and bend and back. Yes. And straight out and bend and straighten and bend. Bring it back. 2 more. Straighten and bend and straight and bend. Last 1. Straight and bend and straight and bend and back. Reach up nice and tall. Now a little bit of an arch here. You're going to extend the spine, reach up. I'm holding my handles. And now I'm going to nod my chin and look down towards the mat. I'm going to put the ring on the ground. Help get down here. This is our first roll down. Put your weight into your toes so not back on the heels. Forward. Drop the head and use your belly button to make that ring smaller. So as you scoop the belly button, the ring goes a little down. And now scoop the belly. Press the floor away with your feet and come back up to standing. Bring that ring back up overhead and roll back down. Nod the chin. You put the ring on its side, the belly button slides up and under. Get a little bit of a low back stretch here. And push the floor away with your feet. And come back. So wide on your mat here. We're going to saw with the ring. So we're adding the rotation to that same roll down exercise. Inhale. As you rotate ribs across the top of the body, we'll roll down, put that ring on its side, and zip the belly. Drop the head here. Make sure that your top of your head is shining to the floor. Push the ring down using the core. Get a little smaller. And come back up. Switch sides. And rotate. like you've got big wings here. Nod the chin, rolling down, handle to the ground. And reach up behind you. Roll back up. And switch sides. We'll do one more each side. Inhale, twist. Exhale, saw. Putting that ring right next to the foot. Belly button goes up and under. Body goes down. Switch sides. Inhale to twist. Exhale to saw. Put that ring right next to the foot. Reach to that back arm and zip the belly. Press the ring down into the ground. And back up. All right, we're going to come right down to the mat. Make sure I have the time. Sorry about this. There we go. All right. I should not have to change the camera. Yay. All right. Sitting up nice and tall. Using that ring again for some rotation. And feel your heels into your floor here. Sit up tall so you're up on your sits bones. Inhale to twist. And then pulse on that ring as you deepen this twist. So sniff and twist. Sniff, 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 and rotate to the other side. Sniff and twist. The core starts the movement. And then the arms follow. And the little pulse happens. So sniff. And return. Feel this like right around the waist. Like really nice and connected here. One more each side. Sniff and twist. And one more. All right, bring that ring around the foot and then reach. Pull yourself over, give yourself a side stretch from that twisting. And I'll reach and switch arms, twist and open here. And return to the middle, other side. Reach and twist. I forgot to go to the side. Okay, bring that ring between your legs. So like above the ankle. We're going to come to our backs here. Use that ring. Find the connection between the legs and roll down here. And lift those legs. You can keep them lightly bent. So using the glutes to squeeze on that ring, we're just going to tick-tock side to side. Thinking about the back of the pelvis on the mat rather than the legs in the air. Moving from that core. Inhale to drift. Exhale, put it back down in the middle. Inhale, drift. Exhale, back down in the middle. Inhale, drift. Exhale, back. One more each side. Inhale, drift. Exhale, back down. Find those legs. Float all the way down. Reach up overhead. And as you roll up, you're just going to take a little half roll up. You're going to reach for that ring and bring it up overhead. Reach and stretch. And now using all that core, all that good core engagement, drag and bring it back to the heels and reach it down. And switch. This is really about your core control. You can work here in the imprint or in a neutral spine. If your neutral spine, the back of your pelvis is heavy on the mat, but there's a little space under your low back for ladybugs to come through. Pass the ring, one more each way. And straighten those legs. And that nice opening in the front of the legs, in front of the hips. And now pull that ring apart. Zip the belly. Float those arms like you're trying to put the ring over your toes. Pull it apart. Reach up and over. And we'll do one more like that. So sit up nice and tall. There. And roll down. A vertebra at a time. Yep. Up and overhead. Pull that ring apart here. And exhale. Reaching up and over. All right, now going for a drive. So legs are straight, heels are active get back from the mat, active on the mat. And tuck the tailbone, but just the tailbone, not the upper body, right? Just the low C curve here. And now bringing that twist back like you're driving a car. And one side and then the other. And twist. So holding this lightly with the heels of the hands rather than the fingertips and the grip. And twist over the ribs here. Twist and middle. And twist and middle. One more each side. Twist and middle. And twist and middle. Come up over, reach and stretch here. And find this hinge. So as we hinge, our arms will come almost like we're looking, shining into the ring to the ceiling. So the hinge happens, the ring comes parallel. There we go. And just open and close it right here. Open and close. Open and close. Open and close. Find that connection in the back into the core. Two more sets. One and two. Hinge back up and relax. Reach up and over. And go ahead, put your feet through the ring. Come back down to your back for your hundreds. So as you do your hundreds today, you'll be pressing out on that ring. And you can do this in an imprint. Tuck the tailbone flat in the back against the mat, or you can try and hold the neutral spine position. So either is fine. Just honor your body where it feels today. On the days where my low back is like, a little squirrely, then I try and give myself a little release. All right, inhale fully. Exhale, reach the fingertips, like slide them along the mat like you're reaching for underneath your door, and then pulse your arms. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Use the seat here to widen that ring. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. So reach through that pinky finger. See if that connects into your back a little differently. And you're more than halfway done. 2, 3, 4, 5. And make it bigger. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Left 20 more. Exhale. Last one. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bend those knees. Give yourself a big hug. And now we're going to do the same hip twist that we did, but we do it with bent legs. We want you to really push out on that ring. So we brought it together with long legs. We're pushing it out with our bent legs. And this work should come from the back of the body, like not from the knees and not from the ankles necessarily. Zip that low belly, feel the glutes turn on, press into that ring, and then just rock it side to side. And all this work stays super close to the waist here. And you can flex your feet if that gives you information. Inhale, rock. Exhale, put it back. Inhale, rock. Exhale, put it back. Inhale, rock. Exhale, rock. One more each side. Inhale, tilt. Exhale, put it back. Last one. Exhale, bring it back to the middle. Remove that ring. Put it in between your knee, or above your knees, in between your legs. Feet will be wide on the mat. You don't have to make this like super narrow. Use the glutes to squeeze on that ring. Zip that low belly, squeeze on that ring. Tuck the tailbone, just imprint here, and then lift and tilt the pelvis back. So we're imprinting, trying to like squish bugs, if we would, with our whole body. And inhale, lift. Little space for ladybugs. Exhale, imprint. Inhale, extend. 2 more like this, and then we'll lift our hips. We're going to go for some laddering today, which means we'll pulse and hold and count down. And now imprint the spine and lift the hips. So you're going to peel that spine off one vertebra at a time. Make sure the toes are pointing forward here as you're lifting and articulating the spine all the way up. Reach through the fingertips and roll back down to the back of the thread. And repeat. Inhale, exhale, imprint, and then lift the hips. So at the very top of this, you're going to just pulse the right leg in for 6 and 5 and 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Pulse the left leg in for 6 and 5 and 4 and 3. You can think about the opposite leg really grounding the foot into the mat so that it stays stable. And 1. Roll all the way back down. And repeat. Tuck the tailbone, lift up. Peel that spine up to the top. And start with that right leg again. 5 and 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Switch sides. 4, 5. It feels strange, right? There's one side that feels kind of normal and one side it feels a little not as normal. 2 more. 2 and 1. Roll down. We have 1 more set like that, and then we'll use both legs at the same time. So imprint here and lift. Peel that spine off 1 vertebra at a time. Imagine you can slowly lift that spine up. Lift the pelvis to the sky and pulse in for 4 and 3. Just on the right side. 2 and 1. Pulse in just on the left side. And 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. And roll down. All right, coming up. We have 3 more sets here. Imprint and lift. Peel the spine off 1 at a time. Pulse in on that ring, both legs together for 3 and 2. It's like your body's like, okay, finally, I get to do both at the same time. And 1. And squeeze on that ring as you roll back down, going up for 2, repeating. And we're going to get a nice, good hip and glute stretch after this. Peel the spine up, pulse it in for 2 and 1, and roll down. The last one, going to press and hold. Imprint, lift the hips, press and hold for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Tap it down just in a nice long neutral spine. No more articulation here, and press it back up for 6. Tap it down and press it up for 5. Tap it down Press it up for 4, and 3, and press it up, and 2, and last one, and lower it down with control. All right, remove that ring. Yes, give those legs a break. Put your foot into the handle of the ring. Straighten the opposite leg. If you have your roller handy and you like it, you can use the roller underneath the other leg. Give yourself a little support. There you go. So stretching the back of that hamstring. Bend and straighten this knee a few times, like doing a little kick. 2 more. 1. Now point and flex that foot right into the handle. 4, 5, and 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Open out to the side. And press into that ring, like using like the air in your body, like the leg gets a little longer. And that's what presses out into the ring. Use your breath to inhale, move the ring across to the ceiling. Switch hands. And now find this hip stretch. And the leg might be a little lower here. Might reach in. Or it might be a little higher, more hamstring. And then imagine, like notice if this on the leg that's in the air, if the hip like starts to crunch up towards the ribs and the side body, can we lengthen it? Can we reach? It's almost like we're trying to put this cheek onto the opposite ankle. Can we reach down? Might give you a different little stretch there. Can you reach down and pull up at the same time? Whoa. Use your breath. Inhale, bring it back to the middle. And then find the biggest distance between the toes overhead and the toes on the floor. So reach. This is what creates more space. Breathing in. And open out to the side. And circle it down and around. Switch sides. Come to the edge of my mat here. That's my furniture situation. All right, bend and straighten this leg about 5 times. We'll start stretching the back of that hamstring, the back of the leg. Point and flex that foot. Reach through the heel, like trying to put it on the ceiling, and then point the toe all the way up. Reach through the heel. Point that toe all the way up. Lots of good ankle mobility here. 3 more. 3. And 2. And 1. All right, reach into that strap, or reach into that ring rather. Open out to the side. Notice if the body wants to take the whole hip with it. Can you keep it down onto the mat? You need to use some obliques here. Keep this hip grounded. Reaching, think about length through the spine, lengthens that limb, reaches it out. And use your breath, inhale across the body. Switch sides. And then twist. So keeping the back of this hip, the back of the pelvis here onto the mat. Think about reaching that glute and the sits bone for that opposite ankle. And then maybe gently pull that foot towards you while reaching it down and away. Lots of things to stretch here, usually. Stay here for a few more seconds and then inhale to move that leg back. Right, up, right. Give yourself the biggest distance between the toes. So reach those toes away. Oh, like pulls that leg, like reaches that leg out of the hips. And then reaching that leg in the opposite direction. And then release that ring and float it down. Push that, if you're using roller, push it away. Come into some ab series here. We're going to use the ring again because I'm just loving the ring this week. We're going to bring it right to our knees. So you're going to get a choice here. You can keep your head and neck down and really find, there we kind of start to find some length between the ears and the shoulders. Our elbows reach down for the ring. And as we move each leg, we're going to notice these obliques fire up. So there's option number 1. Option number 2, knot and curl, reach up for your single leg stretch. It's just finding that little bit of extra when you bring the ring back, when you bring the leg back to the ring. So inhale and inhale. And both of these are challenging, so I wouldn't say that one is necessarily harder than the other, but we do want to keep the work out of the neck. So make sure if your head is up, that you're scooping hard, that low belly. You got 8 and 7 and 6 and 5 and 4, woohoo, and 3 and 2 and 1 and float down. We already did our single leg stretch, so we don't have to do that again. I'm sorry, our double leg stretch. We did that a little bit of our warm up. So you're gonna straighten your legs straight to the ceiling, turn your ring to the side for your scissors. Inhale fully, exhale, reach up almost like you're trying to put it past your toes, and then lower one leg past the ring, and switch, and switch, and switch, and switch, and switch, and switch. 4, 6, and 5, and 4. We're going to change the direction of the pass in 3, and 2, and 1, and reverse it for 12, and 11, and 10. Belly's really on fire now. And 6, and 5, and 4, and 3, and 2, and 1, and bend those knees. Whoa! All right, last oblique here. Bring ring to the knee, opposite arm on that ring. And so then this armpit comes to the same knee. Reaching up and down. It's like it's trying to go across. And you're going to feel this probably in a lot of different places. A little bit here on this oblique, and then this side that's coming up into the air here. Got 6 more. 6. And 5. A little bit of hip flexor too right there in the front. So zip the belly. Make sure that all of the glutes are connecting that leg to the core. 2 more. All right, switch sides. Hand behind your head, hand on the ring. Nice easy tabletop here. Find that glute connection right here as it's pushing into the ring. And healing it up. I'm trying to put my armpit onto my knee. It's not going to happen. But if we can use our imagination a little bit. Like the direction of the body. What do the muscles need to do for that to happen? Two more. And relax. All right, put the ring to the side. Give yourself a little hip twist. Just drop the knees to one side. And then pressing your arms into the mat, roll the body to the other side. Really use your arms. Increase that stretch right there. And press those arms into the mat. Roll that body right back to the middle. We're going to turn over for a little face down work. So come to your mat. Take your ring again. Do not need the roller there. There we go. The ring is in front of you on its handle. And your hands are like, if you're on a clock, they're about 11 and 1, maybe 10 and 2, but probably not like straight out. If you put them a little bit up. All right. The head is shining like you're shining a light beam through the ring, and the neck is long. I want you to lift one leg by squeezing the glute. Imagine you're putting the back of the knee onto the ceiling and lower it down. Zip the belly, press the bones into the mat, and lift and squeeze. And now as you do this, start to press into that ring. Lift your head, neck, and body just a little bit. And lower. Keep pressing into that ring. Thinking length rather than height. And lower that leg. Squeeze that glute. Lift and lower. And lift and lower. About 4 more. 4. And 3. And 2. And 1. All right, both legs reaching out both directions. Think about your ears being just above your arms or maybe in between your biceps. And I want you to paddle your legs. And imagine you're being lifted up by the back of the knees. Feet are relaxed. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Press into that ring. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3. Squeeze those glutes. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3, 4, 5. Exhale, grow longer. 20 more. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Last set. 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. And relax. All right, put one hand on the middle of the ring and reach and stretch. So this is like a big, it's like a helicopter. If you were a blade, arms as blades, you're reaching. If they could spin around your body, they would. You're going to reach one hand back to the ring and then reach for the other. So you're adding some rotation here. Reaching in both directions. And back. 4 more. Reach and stretch. And back. Make it Pilates because we're engaging our core the whole time as we lift and move our arms. 2 more. Lift. This is not a super, this is not really a beginning exercise, but you're not a beginner. So you get to do this. All right, take a break. Lay that ring down. Bring your hands under your armpits here. Press back into a child's pose. And use your breath here to bring yourself back up into all fours. And we're going to find the twist now face down. We had our twisting on our back. I'm going to find our twist face down. So taking the outside hand, well, the hand you can't see for me, and thread it through and take. So you get a couple of choices here. You could be back, and that might feel good, or you can be a little higher, and this might be a different stretch. That top arm can reach overhead. Press the feet into the mat, though. Notice the connection between the legs and the spine. Pressing that feet, tops the feet into the mat. To come out of this, use your breath. Inhale as you push away. And then switch sides. So I like to reach that arm out of the body, and then twist, reach the other arm overhead. Press the feet into the mat. Use your breath. Inhale to come out of that twist and take one last child's pose here. Now you can put your left hand over your right hand for the side stretch, face down. Breathe into the ribs, breathe into the back body. And then exhale, get heavier. And walk your hands to the other side. Use your breath, bring back up. It's gonna do the sideline series today, but did a lot. That with the glute series is probably not necessary. So let's do our legs on the roller instead. Because I know we like this. So bring your roller across your mat. And lie down. And bring the back of your hips onto the roller. And pull up your pants if you need to. All right, make sure that the roller is not on the curve of the low back. So it's going to be kind of on the bones, the back of the pelvis. All right, bring both legs into tabletop. Yay. And then find the chest opener. You might even have your palms up. Think about the shoulder blades sliding down the back. You can even put your hands on the edge, on the ends of the roller. And inhale to drift. And exhale, bring it right back across. Just kind of a little glute massage here. My roller's pretty soft, so it's not super painful. If yours is harder, this might be more sensationful, more feelings. All right, stretch the left leg nice and long, reach it for the mat, and bring that right knee as if it could go under the right armpit. Now engage this low core, so zip the belly, squeeze the glute, the leg might lift just a little bit. That might be where you find that connection. Leg might lift. Use your breath, bring that leg back in, switch to the other side. Inhale, extend the opposite leg nice and long. Reach and reach and reach. See if you can get it to the mat. And imagine putting this knee under your armpit. Breathe into all the spaces, especially in the front of the body. You can breathe all the way down into the pelvic bowl and start to feel some release on those hip flexors. And now engage that low core. It's like you're zipping up a pair of jeans, maybe reaching through that leg, maybe it lifts off. And then use your breath, bring it back into tabletop. Straighten both legs. All right, we're going to scissor and switch. So start with the left leg down, the right leg up, left leg, and try to keep this equidistant so that one leg is not floppy down, but there's an equal amount of space, like a good pair of scissors, right? And switch. So reaching in opposition. And switch. And 6. And 5. Lots of control coming from the glutes and the pelvic floor and the waist even. So your legs are ultimately connected to your back. And come back through the middle here. And switch sides here, thinking right foot up, left foot down. Or actually left foot up, right foot down, sorry. 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Bring them right back together. Open out to the side, circle down and around. Up to the ceiling, out to the side, circle down and around. Up to the ceiling, out to the side, circle down and around. Everything starts to squeeze to move together there. Circle down and around, and you're going to reverse it. Circle back up to the top. Lower the legs, circle back up to the top. And lower the legs, circle up to the top. And lower and circle. All right, now opposite circles. Think about this as 2 leg circles in opposite directions. This is our helicopter. This is what you already know. But I'm just thinking about the patterns being different. So the toes go in opposite directions. They draw circles and they come back together. And then you switch. And the toes go in opposite directions and draw half a circle and switch. And open and switch. And together, and open, and switch, and together, and open, and switch, and together. Last one, open, and switch, and together. Go ahead, bend those knees. Now you can kind of let this go. Imagine like you're collapsing a little bit into the floor. Put your feet down, lift up that roller, reach for your ankles, and keep it nice and long right here. Reach up overhead and really press the back of the legs. And the legs are nice and stretched. There's lots of connection here between the legs and the core. Keeping that connection as you press into the roller, rolling up one at a time. We're going to keep reaching into that roller so the back of the legs come down. Reach and stretch. You can put a bend in your knee here too. And take one more twist. Lots of twisting today. Inhale, sit up nice and tall. And switch sides. Reaching through this backhand. And come back around in front. Let's take soles of our feet together. Open up those hips a little bit. Looking up to the ceiling. And looking down to our belly button. And maybe reaching forward. Breathe into all the spaces. And you are done.